Hi guys, welcome back to Flora Fun and Food. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to be direct sowing some seeds into my container garden. I live in zone 6B and it is April 7th. It's about 2 weeks before my last frost date, so I'm going to get some things in the ground. I could have probably planted a few things a couple of weeks ago, but we've had some crazy weather, so I kind of wanted to wait it out. The forecast looks pretty good from now on, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So one of the things I'm going to be planting are potatoes, and I have grow bags for these. I have 3 different kinds. I have all blue, the classic Yukon Gold, and some dark red Norland. Another thing I'm going to be planting are sugar snap peas. Now, I soaked these overnight and I'll show you what I did and how they look different, but it's going to help them germinate a little bit faster. Okay, so I wanted to show you the difference in the pea seeds. So this is what they look like straight out of the package, and then after I've soaked them overnight, that's what they look like. So they're way more plump, and it's just going to give them a jump start on sprouting. Next up, of course, I have to plant some cilantro because it's my favorite herb of all time, and it's my husband's least favorite of all time. So it's just for me. I'm also going to direct sow some chives. I have garlic chives and regular chives. I'm also going to plant some dill. I do have a bunch of starts already inside, but the more the merrier. I also have watercress inside, but I'm going to do another direct sowing just so I have a lot of it to choose from. And finally, for herbs, I have parsley. This is a good time to get your parsley started. I'm also going to direct sow some green onion seeds. Now is also the time to direct sow some lettuce and spinach seeds. I'm probably going to do about 1 bucket of this because I'm the only one who eats salads. My husband does not. I'm also ready to plant some carrot and parsnip seeds. And last but not least, I have a ton of different radish seeds. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do for this bucket, this is going to be my sugar snap peas and some radishes, is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of loosen up the soil, break up any clumps that there might be. We had a really heavy rain yesterday, so it kind of got a little compacted and soggy. So I'm just going to kind of fluff up the top layer. Now, I want my peas to trail up this hog fencing here, so I'm going to plant peas kind of along this edge, and then this section will be for radishes. So what I'm going to do is just poke probably a 1/2 inch hole, plop a pea in every 2 inches or so. I don't really follow the packet directions. Move any large sticks that might be in the way. We got 2 there. And then we're just going to cover them lightly. I'm going to do 1 more row here. We can kind of train them over. By soaking these overnight, it's really going to help them germinate a lot faster. If you plant them dry, just make sure you give them a good watering and keep them watered, and it'll be just fine. Now, I do have a spot for some more of these over in a different section of the garden, but this is my shaded area, so I wanted to see if it did better in shade or in sun. So we'll plant these over there in just a little bit. So I have a few different varieties of radish. I have Easter egg radish, a few of those. I have cherry bell radish. I have hailstone round radish and sparkler white tip radish. So in this bucket, I'm gonna do, let's do cherry bell in this one. So for radishes, I'm just gonna dig small little trenches with my finger, about 2 inches apart. And then I'm going to space these radishes out because I am terrible about thinning things out. So I really just need to give myself the best start by separating these seeds individually as I plant them, because I know myself that I will not come out here and thin them out when it's time. So I'm putting these about 1.5 inches apart, just 1 seed at a time. And then we're just going to cover them up and call it good. This would also be a good time to plant your other root vegetables like beets and turnips, but I am not a fan of beets and turnips, so I'm not going to be planting them in my garden. That was a tip I got from somebody, is when you're starting out gardening, only plant the things you know you're going to eat, because why waste your time on something you're not going to enjoy? All right, we've got all of our radishes planted. Put the extra seeds away. And then we're just gonna kind of pinch the soil lightly back over the top of them. And then you do want to give these a little water just to kind of water them in. I'm gonna wait till the end and just turn on my sprinkler system that will water my entire garden, so all of the seeds will get watered at the same time. And when you're planting seeds, you don't want to put any type of like straw mulching on top until the seedlings are probably 2 or 3 inches tall. So we're just going to leave this bare like this and wait for things to emerge. All right, same deal for this smaller bucket. I'm just going to loosen up the soil, and we're going to do Easter egg radish in this one. Here I'm going to split this bucket half and half with the hailstone round radishes and the sparkler white tip radishes. Alright, so we're going to do hailstone on kind of the back side here. And don't be like me and be tempted to just plant all the seeds you poured into your hand. Put the extras back or you're just going to have a headache. Alright, and then we have the sparkler white tips. Radishes are a great kind of cover crop while you're waiting for longer germinating seeds to sprout. Radishes are ready in like 20 something days, so you can grow them even while you're trying to grow other things, because you can harvest them so quickly. So they're a nice kind of in-between crop that just produces so quickly. All right, on these next two back here, I'm going to plant parsnips. Again, just kind of breaking up the soil, breaking up any chunks I find, and taking out any large sticks or debris. Now, parsnips and carrots are a little finicky when it comes to germinating. They like to stay nice and moist, but not too wet. So a lot of people will cover their seedlings, or a lot of people will cover their seeds with like a board or fabric or something just to keep that moisture level correct. I have not had any issues because I water my garden every day with a sprinkler system, so I don't cover them. Now, I've also heard that parsnip seeds don't do well after about a year, so you should buy fresh ones. These are from last year, so we're going to try them. If nothing sprouts in a couple of weeks, I'll just do another sowing of some newer seeds. So just like the radishes, I'm digging a trench, and I'm spacing these carrots about 2 inches apart, 1 seed at a time, because again, I am terrible about thinning out. If you want a possibly better germination rate, you can plant more seeds just to have, you know, more options and possibilities. I'm just gonna let it be up to fate. Parsnip seeds are nice and big, so they are a little easier to plant than carrot seeds. Oh, the wind just blew my parsnip seeds everywhere. All right, time to pick them out. At least they are easy to see. And again, just like the radishes, we are just kind of lightly covering them with a layer of soil. Okay, so now it's decision time because I have so many varieties of carrots. So I'm just gonna kind of go through these and I'll let you know what I pick. All right, I've gone for a couple of different ones. Long Imperator, I don't know how to say it, number 58. This free one that I got from Baker Creek called Coral, rainbow carrot, purple sun, and then just a rainbow blend. All right, we're gonna start off with some rainbow carrots. These seeds are so tiny. I struggle to plant carrot seeds very well. So I'm gonna try my best just to sprinkle one at a time. Oh gosh. This wind is not being my friend today. Sorry about my neighbor's dog. And then we're gonna go with the purple sun ones. over here on the back side, we're going to do the long imperator, I don't know how to say it. And then we will finish off with the coral carrots. Just a couple of rows of those. These are so hard to get one at a time, so I may actually have to get out here and thin some out. They're so tiny. Alright, next up we've got some more cilantro. I did plant out my starts without hardening them off, thinking they would be alright because they're a cold weather crop, but I'm afraid they're going to be stunted because I was being lazy. So we're going to plant a few more seeds, just direct sown. They'll do a lot better. And we'll just kind of succession plant this all summer long. So cilantro seeds are just way easier to plant than carrot seeds. So again, I'm just going to put one seed every couple of inches just to give them space to kind of grow out. These extras here I'm going to plant on this edge where my plants kind of died. Squirrels have definitely been in my buckets here. I'm going to have to do something about that. Alright, next up I'm going to do my garlic chives, and I'm going to space these probably 2 inches apart. You can also plant these and thin them, but that's not my style. These are perennials, so if they have the right conditions, they will come back every year. So pretty much once you plant chives, you'll always have chives. My mom has chives in like every flower pot on her deck because they do spread. So make sure that you really want chives where you're putting them, because you will keep them for years. Alright, over here I'm planting just regular chives. This is the Dolores variety. Same thing as the garlic chives, just a couple inches apart. Alright, this bucket's going to be my parsley, and I just have Italian large leaf. Again, just same thing, couple inches apart, one seed in a spot. And I do have some of these growing inside that I need to harden off, but I just want to make sure I have plenty of parsley. Alright, in this bucket I'm going to sow some Noble Giant spinach and Marvel of 4 Season lettuce butterhead. The butterhead lettuce is frost tolerant, so I think this is the perfect time to start sowing it. Oh, watch out, little moth. So the spinach I'm going to plant probably about 4 inches apart because they do get to be pretty large plants, and I want to make sure they have enough room to grow. I'm going to plant 3 rows of spinach because my husband actually likes spinach and not lettuce. Okay, and then our lettuce, again, I'm probably going to give these room to grow, so every 4 inches or so. And you can succession plant these all through the growing season. So, and then lastly in this bucket we're going to plant some more watercress. I do have some inside growing really well, but we'll just plant a few out here just to kind of have an abundance of it. And these are microscopic seeds, so I'm going to do my best to space them out. I may have to come out and thin these because they're just so small. I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do with them. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to plant my seed potatoes here. I'm going to put, there are 4 seeds in each pack, and I have 2 of each and 3 kinds, so I'm going to use 6 of these grow bags. So I'm going to go ahead and plant my Yukon Gold first. Now, you want to make sure that your potatoes are what's called chitted, where they are starting to kind of look wrinkly and yucky, and they're starting to grow, you know, little sprouts from them. When I plant this, you can cut it. I have 2 eyes here, so there's one here and a big one here. You could cut it and plant 2 different ones with the eyes facing up. I'm just going to keep them whole because they're so small. So when I plant this, I'm going to make sure that this sprout is going up. So in my grow bags here, I have about 5 inches of soil at the bottom, and I'm just going to place my potatoes at the bottom and cover them, but not the sprout, with a little bit of soil. And as these grow, I'm going to top them up with soil because they'll keep growing potato tubers from the stem as you pile them up. Now you do have to make sure that your variety of potatoes will do that. And I think all of mine here will. The directions on the back seem to say to pile up dirt, mound it up as you go. So again, planting these with the sprout side up. And sometimes they grow through the little holes in the packaging, so just be careful. And there we go. So I'm just gonna do this for all of my grow bags. I may need to put some stakes in here to leave this open so they can get watered. They do kind of collapse in on themselves. But that's our potatoes. All right, over here I'm gonna plant some parsley. I do have quite a bit growing inside, so I'm probably only gonna do about 2 rows of this. So we're just gonna sprinkle these in about 2 inches apart. I feel like a broken record. It's kind of the same deal for all these seeds. I think I said parsley. This is dill. So we're planting just 2 little rows of dill, and I have some inside, so we're just going to plant 2 rows of this and leave this for the established seedlings that I need to harden off still. Alright, over here where I have this hog fencing, I'm going to plant some sugar snap peas just kind of on the back edge. Alright, in these 2 buckets we're going to plant some green onions. I do have some growing inside, but you can never have enough green onions. I'm just sprinkling these in because I'm getting lazy. But they're bunching onions, so they can kind of grow together. They don't need a ton of space. Same thing over here. And my last planting of the day is going to be these onion sets. Now they look dry and crispy, but I promise they'll grow. So we're going to carefully break them apart. Alright, for these onion sets, I'm just going to poke a hole with my finger and stick the root end down, probably about 1 inch or 2 deep, leaving the tops sticking out. And I'm going to space these probably 3 or 4 inches apart to give them room to grow. So my last step today is going to be fertilizing everything with this premium plant food I got from the mulch place that I get all my stuff from, and it has biochar in it, so it's supposed to be really good for our plants. So let's fertilize. Alright, I've got the sprinkler going just to give everything a nice water. We are done planting for today, and I need to start hardening off my seedlings that I have inside so we can get them out here. You may have seen right here, there's a cold frame project going on. Had a little snag. The window that I bought for the top broke, so we're in the midst of that, but that's going to help harden off my seedlings, so watch out for that video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and head over to my channel to subscribe for more content like this, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.